So right now, about 1.7 billion students are actually in their homes. There is no learning that is happening now. So, and many education systems are actually thinking on how they can be able to sustain such type of learning so that students who are in their home places, with their parents, they can be able to continue learning. So they are thinking on how teaching can be able to continue using the available different technologies that they can be able to use today. But then what could be the answer to this type of technology? So basically the answer would be distance education. And most countries today are actually having some form of distance education because they already have some infrastructure that can be able to help some form of education to continue. And this infrastructure can be able also to provide distance education to students who can be located in different parts, which could be either in rural areas, also in urban areas as well, to reach them. And then right now, what we can be able to do to be able to move teaching and learning forward is actually to think of the distance education technologies now. Now, when we think of distance education technology, every country is actually choosing a medium or a way or a technology that can be able to allow learning to be able to continue, at the same time engage students or learners in many ways. And of course, these type of decisions that each government has to make depend on many factors, depending on the access, but depending on factors like access, the availability of infrastructure in that particular country itself, but again, things like content. Is the content available for students to be able to continue learning? But there are also functions like adapting the already existing content. Do teachers or the people have skills to be able to adapt content to the particular group of students that they need to cater for? But again, there are also other, can these technologies be able to provide learning opportunities to students right now in the immediate need so that they can be able to continue their teaching and learning abilities? In this lesson, therefore, we are going to discuss about the different distance education technologies that we can be able to use, or countries can be able to use, to make sure that education continues. That means it can be able to allow distance education or some form of teaching and learning to happen so that we can be able to engage your students or learners who are actually in their homes today. Now, there are many types of technology that can be used, but the prominent ones that are commonly found in many parts of the world, especially in many countries, even in developing countries, include radio systems where you can be able to transfer your instruction via radio instructions. You also have TV, which can also be able to allow you some form of synchronous and asynchronous type of communication or education to students. Again, you have also, today we have mobile phones, which can also be able to allow you to be able to access knowledge or be able to access instruction from teachers who can be located at different locations and allow learning to happen. But again, above all, we have what we call online learning, where we can be able to use different technologies, like maybe probably online technologies like YouTube, maybe synchronous communication technologies like Zoom, maybe Hangouts, to be able to reach our students in many ways. But all these technologies will depend on the available infrastructure that can allow our learners to be able to access what we want them to access. Now, in the next lesson, we'll be discussing on the different we'll be going into the details of each of the technologies, on the setting and what are the preparations, what do you have to consider when you are delivering your lecture, and what you have to do in the process as you move forward.